Generic greetings and welcome back once again to Prison Architect. Today's beverage is a very creamy banana milkshake. So welcome back to the game. In the previous episode, we were dealing with green energy death row and indeed the multiple collapses of the northern perimeter wall owing to the subsidence/rat damage trait on here. Now, I've checked into this, and because of the quite convoluted settings we have for this playthrough, basically I'm not able to either put in the rebar and reinforcement to fix it, nor call in a repair person because we just don't have those options. So if this becomes an issue, we're going to be turning off events, but we'll see how that one goes. I'll basically be, I'll worry about that if and when it happens. So in this episode, we want to double down on the wind-solar hybrid. In fact, I want to rip out all of this and reposition it all, so I'm just going to cancel those. And then see if we can get the whole prison running on green energy. And, well, let's do that. So over to grants here. We're going to go with eco-friendly as a grant. And then, actually, a couple of things. Firstly, intelligence, informants, and activate 2 informants. Because I want to see if there's any potentially, problematic traits. And, in fact, there we go. That's Emily Sexton, who is an ex-law enforcement. Let's go for protective custody there. Also, over to here, and informants, and any potential CIs. No, I think there was one down here, but they've probably served their sentence there. Anyway, over to here, and that is Lydia Lee, who is charging towards. Why are they cooking in here? I don't know, but my concern is that they are running with a knife towards this worker. Let me initiate some guard responses there and see what happens. They are. Oh, yeah, that's problematic. Yes, indeed, that person's been killed, and luckily, yeah, they were resuscitated straight away. That is the advantage of doing the training there. So, yes, it looks like they are now charging towards a worker, and they've now been sedated. Lilia Lee, and, well, yes, recent misconduct, everything, apparently. They are criminally insane, psychopathic, volatile, etc. Anyway, over to here, and as I said, what I want to do is go for dismantle objects, and we're just going to dismantle. Oh, it doesn't do that. I guess because it's a utility. Yeah, dismantle utility. So we'll get rid of all of these, and we'll just redo it. While we're on with that one, I also want to put in some cabling across there, sell this bit of utility, and then it's going to be a power cable, and indeed power cables there. And in fact, I'll prioritize the building of that, and that's going to mean eventually we will have a grid connection. That can be switched off. And let's see if our informants are... Yeah, informants are active. Only 44% coverage because we're still waiting on another one. And it says en route. Let's see if they activate. You do want to go for 100% coverage where possible. There we go. So there is all of the activations. So 1, 2, 3 ex-law enforcement prisoners. And those are indeed in the correct category now. So that's good. That's in, I can say solitary, but it's not. It is, why do I forget the name? Protective custody, and 1 snitch, so that's fine. There was also over here this federal witness, but we don't have any gangs and we've not seen any big problems, so that's fine. Let's just deactivate that and job done. So the workers are cracking on and going to be putting in these cables here. Now this is... it's going to blow the grid up. It will blow the grid. So let's see what happens. You can see absolutely everything is off. And, with those connected, that should be switched off. And that'll still work. So there we go. Okay, the prison is back on, but only some of it. And the reason for that is we can see under the utilities there, the first grid, which is the green, the light green grid, that is still active. And we can see the isolators here. So this isolates the power from the power station to this chain, which is all of the cells on the left, and then it can go north and then connect up to here. But we can, if we have to isolate this one and then turn that one on, it means, and switch that one off, it means everything and then is going through the green grid if we have that breaker closed as well. So anyway, yes, that's what we're going to do. We're going to rip all this stuff out. We're going to then rebuild it because it's just, there's no point in messing on now. In fact, these solar panels sell. Yeah, we're not using just wind. There we go. So we have the wind solar hybrids now. So wind solar hybrids, I'm just going to place on there and move them like so, and that's fine. And then, yeah, we are going to place them right next to one another. There's no reason why. I mean, you can put them even closer, but it does look a bit silly. So we'll go for a middle ground where I think that should be fine. And just those alone will hopefully be able to power the facility. A couple of issues as well, and something to touch on. We do have a bank loan that I do want to pay back. We are working on the green energy goals. But we have on the left-hand side here, our prisoners lack basic literacy skills. 21 prisoners lack basic literacy skills, which is ironic since I fudged that line. But also, secondly, it's surprising because we have bookshelves either in the cell block or in the cells individually, and that is every single cell has access to those. And we have a library, which, as you can see, people are working in there. So I'm not too sure why we have an issue with literacy. We may have to build another library. I'm not sure. We'll have to see how we indeed get on. We also want to touch on here. So we have this parole, which, quite frankly, we don't have any death row appeal. So I'm going to change that to death row. There was a couple of discussions regarding this. First one was, where's the death row appeal? The answer is actually quite simple. I forgot. It was simple human error, and I just genuinely forgot about it. I didn't think we'd. I didn't think. It just didn't enter my mind that we were. Yes, we were. To be installed to install it. It just didn't. Yeah, just totally passed me by. Secondly, a lot of people asking why the luxurious layout, why carpet, TVs, bookshelves, desks, all of this other amenities that is not afforded to other prisoners, and yet these are death row. Why don't we go with like very hard, cold, damp stone walls, concrete floor, just a horrible mattress for the bed and the bare minimum? And again, you can do that. That is something that we have done in the past very successfully. I built them this way because if you look after their needs, there's less trouble. And, well, that's it. There's no decision other than that really being made on this one. Oh, I do probably need to put in the carpet there. Yeah, it is what it is. It's built like this because it is, and I didn't purposely set out to make a luxurious death row facility, nor did I go the other way and make it like we've done in the past a really sort of basic one as well. But both are quite viable. In fact, we could even do two of them that's really nice and two of them that ain't. But yeah, if we need to change it, we need to change it. There's certainly no signaling on what they should and shouldn't have. It's just I build it that way because it's just easier for us. Anyway, over to utilities once again, and we still can't afford that. That's also not this. It's not connected to the grid, so I'm going to put that there. I'm also going to sell utility like this. We might as well sell some of it. And is all that connected to one? I think it is. I think it is. Is it? Yes, it should be. It should be. It often takes you some time to sort itself out. Looks like Leela Lee is still, yes, locked down. Yeah. Anyway, so we've got the grid all connected here. What we'll do is we'll see if we can run the facility solely on renewable. I think it's going to be possible. There's Leela Lee kicking off again. Interesting. Do we need more? I know a bigger infirmary would be desirable, but do we need even more psychiatrists' officers? Over the program, we've got behavioural therapy in the queue. You see that there. And there's all of our spiritual guidance. We can probably dump that one there. And behavioural therapy, yes, parole hearing. And there's all of the psychiatric consultation. We can start more, but there's not people attending the other ones anyway, so I don't think we need to. Anyway, just waiting for the installation of these to begin. We are charging batteries, so I think this will be able to run the facility. And indeed, there we go. Green Energy Go 3 completed. Export cap increased to 1,000 units. so we can escort even more energy. And we'll probably... Oh, hang on. We've got death row coming in the next intake. Interesting. Over to utilities once again and to the wind solar hybrid. And that is going to be installed there. And then we need another one there. And I think that should run the majority of the facility. We'll have to see. Just waiting for a little bit of cash. We'll get it in the next 4 hours once we have that intake. Actually, there it is there. We have that now. So... there we are. It says one prisoner unable to be assigned to a cell. That's most likely a criminally insane inmate or inmate that was a medium category that's been moved over to that because of the traits that they have perhaps gained. And looks like Camilla Headland was kicking off. Ah, there you go. Yeah, there are no free cells. I mean, I could designate that again. Oh, we'll try it. Go on then. Padded holding cell. There we go. I actually think we'll have a problem with that one. And it's probably the bunk bed that's going to cause it. I might rip the bunk beds out if we have that one. So, we are waiting for that to be installed. Yeah, that's almost there. So, let's see if... is that connected to the grid? I believe it will be. Yes, it is. So, let's go ahead and we're going to cycle these switches. So, for this... we want to do a couple of things. This one needs to be isolated, but we need to turn off that one, which will power the... well, it powers the majority of the facility. But we'll turn off both power plants, and there we go. Everything is now on. If we go over here, I can see that the battery charge is still increasing. The prison is now running solely on green energy. And in fact, the eco-friendly grant on the left-hand side there has confirmed that that is the case. And right, yes, so that's a problem. This is powered by that. Okay, cell utility, and how we're going to do this. I need to reroute this a little bit. I'll sell that. Electrical cable will come along. There's that connection there. Then that'll go into there. Prioritize. It's just the position of the water pump is far from ideal. Looks like there's Bella Hughes, currently agitated, running circles in the psychiatrist's office. Let's just see if the power goes back on. Okay. Our first death row prisoner has just arrived. We'll need to make sure we have a death row appeal program to set up in a parole room so that they can have their hearings. So, yeah, just going to double check that we have death row appeal, 2 of 1 in the queue. Let's have a look. So, there they are. So that is Alaya Venning, prisoner number 16504979, sentenced to 132 years. Okay, if I've seen that stretch, that side, I can't remember. It's multiple crimes including murder, armed robbery, and attempted murder. They have 1, 2, 3 counts of murder, 2 attempted murder and armed robberies, and obviously you're talking 25 years apiece for the murders, and pleading not guilty across the board. A likelihood of clemency is 32%, however. State conviction strength is 10%. They're tough stokel and a supplier. And there we go. We have our first death row inmate. So, while we are waiting for this to be fixed, let me just double check. It looks okay. Right, that's back on. And we're still on green energy. And the battery charge is still increasing. So we're at a positive there. So let's look at then 3 strikes program. We still haven't passed that. Over to programs. And then it is psychiatric consultations, solar development, flower therapy, animal therapy. 3 strikes program. 8 interested, 5 finished, 0 have passed. Shame. Okay, so quick build, custom cloning. What we're going to do is basically clone this thing, and it's going to be It will be a cleaning cupboard to start with, but it will be changed up. So we're going to rotate that and flip it. So that's what it'll look like when we place it. All right. So that should be okay. It's going to cost 10 grand in order to do that. So we'll max speed it out while we wait for them to do that. Obviously, we are able to export our excess. Oh, Alexis Crouch, fearless, criminally insane, insomniac, extremely stoical, starved to death. And the doctors can't resuscitate. Ironically, the best healers in the game are not doctors. They are the staff members who have taken the first aid training, because they're the only ones that can resuscitate. Starved to death. That, I think I know what that was. They've probably been stuck in the medical bed. There's that. There is that issue at times. There's Chloe Nash, who's in here, so that's working. Okay, so as you can see, death row inmate status, Elia Venning, 32% likelihood of clemency. And let's continue on. So we will be building over on the right-hand side in a moment. There is Venning been escorted to their cells, and they've just been flashing a pen that they shouldn't have. Let's just go to deployment here, and I'm just going to double check the patrol routes. I thought I set it up, but I just wanted to triple check, and yes, it is. That's all fine. That is the case. And this one should be death row, which it is, and that's just shared, so we're fine there as well. Yeah, so we have 2 in solitary, 10 in lockdown, and someone requiring medical attention. Let's see if there's any confidential informants. We have confidential informant there. And, oh, a tunnel. That could be legitimate. 2 flags. Search toilets. Can only really come from here. Can't see it being elsewhere. Just delete them guidelines there. So yes, we now have a... It's a family... It's a family cell build. So we've got family cells, female prisoners, we've got criminally insane and death row. And Cheryl has been taken out by, I think, Gabriella. I will do a guard response here. Then we might be able to... Wow, look at this. This place is absolutely wrecked. Are the guards able to get there in time? No. Guards have just turned up, but they don't have, sadly, the... Medipack. In fact, none of them have. Hang on, then. We are running first aid training, but there's a couple of... Yeah, there's a couple of kitchen staff on it. Fire safety training. A couple of people on that as well, and guard taser. Just the one. I'm just going to stop that. Well, it's not high risk, but it is a curious build. I mean, they've smashed absolutely everything up. Although the customers don't seem to be too concerned about the dead body, their booth getting smashed up, and indeed the dog that is currently eating scraps from the table opposite. I don't know how we're getting the ratings that we're getting. What are we on when it comes to reform? 31% reoffending rate. Punishment is high, reform is high, work experience is only 1, even though we got almost all of the work you can possibly get, apart from the bakery and the... Oh, hang on. The bakery and the farm. A couple of things which is of note. Firstly, that person Gaskin, Skylar Gaskin, has got a pair of shears, which people have mentioned that is from here. Yes, you can take shears and spades and stuff from the flower garden. I am aware. It's not really been a big problem because it's surrounded by snipers, and they eventually have to go through metal detectors anyway. So it's just something we have to accept. What else? Oh yes. Also, why are those orderlies are stuck? And I think it's because that door is damaged. I don't know why it's not being repaired. Yeah, they get stuck. Let's repair that. There's more fighting underway. Ooh, quite a bit of fighting. Oh! I wouldn't have expected them fighting here. And I don't have a guard station there. Guard response. There's guards normally stationed around here. Yeah, that's pretty much sorted. But here's the curious one. Why are these fighting? Ex-law enforcement. Snitch. Ex-law enforcement. Ex-law enforcement. Attack prisoner, attack staff. Destruction, attack prisoner, attack staff. How curious. Deployment then. Let's run some patrols around here. It's going to have to be blue around the outside. So the one in the middle should be magenta, actually. So you can actually put it as both. But we're going to remove that and have it as magenta. And we'll assign a dog handler there. And just a guard inside. There we go. Alright. So we searched the tunnels around here and we haven't found anything. So see how that goes. In terms of needs, there is some critical needs for... Actually, not critical. You can't get critical needs for luxuries, literature, or spirituality. You can't get critical. You can get just high needs on that one. But I think once people are sleeping, we should be okay. Danger level is heading south now, which is good. We haven't done a shakedown for quite some time. Let's do a full shakedown. 737 places to search. And let's see. Oh, there is a booze ingredient. That's an orange. So that was, I'm guessing, stolen. It was stolen from here. So far, very little. There's a stolen from security there. Now that's curious because that should be in staff only. It is in staff only, so how they've got that access to that, I don't know. And they've also, the metal detector's obviously not picked it up. Oh, okay. So barbed wire bat, ropes, wooden pickaxe. Fighting over here, but they're getting, yeah, they're getting sedated. Okay, so it's the usual accompaniment of things: ropes, rolling pins, barbed wire bats, cell phones, booze, clubs. The wooden pickaxe could have easily been stolen from there. And there is another... Yeah, okay, there is another another flag there. So I think that's legit. And also this prisoner, I believe, is trying to escape. They are charging this way. Guard response. Let's do that. And... Okay, nobody's stopping them. Right. Looks like they've stopped there. They're not proceeding any further. Where's the nearest orderlies? The nearest orderly is there. Let's order them inside. It looks like they're not escaping though. Let's see what ranks on here. Specialist officer. No, it looks like whatever they've done, they've stopped to go toilet, apparently. Okay, right. Shakedown, I'm just going to stop that. It's, for the most part, been finished. Let's do the old trick with the toilet, then. And we're going to put a toilet in there. We'll prioritise the installation of said item. It's kicking off again in here, but by the time you get over there, it's pretty much sorted. The orderly, there's loads of orderlies. We have like 30 orderlies, so it gets sorted very quickly. And there is civilian customers who are going around there. Why are they going around there? Is it the doors? Normally it's the doors that you put in end up being a bit of a problem. Let's go with deployment then. And where is it? Prioritize patrol. No. Visitor directions. Yes. So, in, like this. That's the visitor directions. Ideal directions. And I'm going to do the same on this side. I have a feeling, though, it's not going to work. I don't know why I have that feeling, but there you go. So, ideally, that's the way they should use. But we're coming through the main body of the facility. It's normally based on how many doors they have to go through. See, that person was, yeah, doing whatever. Right, that's in. Dismantle. Prioritise that. Yep, there's the tunnel. And it goes to there. Interesting. Let's remove the tunnels and prioritise that. Curious that they are tunnelling to the left, and that obviously they're going to be going up there. You'd think that the distance underneath there, or just underneath there, would be better. Shows you need them doggos, though. Anyway, back to quick build and cloning there. And we are going to place in that. 10 grand it says. We'll see if that is actually the case or not, or it might be more. Yeah, there's also some intake as well. We have a foodie and someone with an unknown trait. Danger level is really high. 75 prisoners have been unnecessarily searched recently. Yes, indeed. How is our power doing, actually? Power's doing very well. We're charging up batteries and the entire prison is running off green energy. We are on 88 hours and a bit just to only run our prison off green energy. For a full 5 days, you see these are completely off. So that is fine. And that door is still broken, and it's making the orderlies get stuck here. I'm going to repair that. I don't know why it wasn't set to repair anyway. Look at that, they get stuck. That is curious. That worker's fixed it now, and yep, the orderlies have stopped doing whatever they were doing. Yeah, that is curious. Do we have people running the counter apprenticeship? Yes, indeed. We have 2 people on it. 4 interested, 7 finished, 1 passed at 14%. But we're not producing any superior beds, which is a shame. This is still working, or the forestry. And we have got, I believe, forestry labour unlocked. Yes, forestry labour is there. So, just going to double check. It is prison labour. Can't set it up. The rest is set up there, over here, and there as well. Fine. Alright. So it looks like death row, yes. It looks like the likelihood of clemency has been reduced to 16%. So if we check out their experience, death row appeal failed. So they have been through death row appeal program. As for green energy, it's still going. I'm going to double check green energy goals. We are 80% there for green energy goal 4, which increases the... Well, now, radio host has been riling inmates up. We don't have any radios, and there's another death there. Is that another starved to death? Right, I'm going to have to keep more of an eye on the infirmary then, because it keeps locking prisoners in there. They get stuck on the bed. Bug. It is a bug and is bugging. Oh, there we go. There's the green energy goal 4 completed. So that's okay. How's building going? Building is... Well, if it's taking place, it's taking place at a fairly slow rate. 4 medium security prisoners are to be escorted in about 4 hours. And it's Venning who may be going for another death row appeal. So danger level is flying right down, which is good. I think most of this stuff is in terms of the items. It should at least be ordered. Just ran some cable in there just to get some power, and we also have some programs being run. Oh, there's a Carson Brad who is attending spiritual guidance with their young one. Also Stubbs as well, who appears to be having some sort of fit on the prayer mat. Just rolling around. We all worship in different ways. So, what is the main priority at this stage? Oh, they need luxuries. What is the main priority? Well, we'll get this done. And we're going to rip out this cleaning cupboard and change it to a library. Another library. Although it doesn't say that they have an issue with literacy anymore. Does it? There is 18 prisoners desperately want this need fulfilled. But I don't know what prisoners. I'm going to assume, perhaps wrongly, that maybe some of the criminally insane inmates. It might just be a trait that they have that means that they don't read. But again, that's an assumption based on perhaps false information. And also, frankly, I like the idea of keeping that cleaning cupboard as a cleaning cupboard. Yeah, it just sits better with me because we do have, well, more options for reform if we do that. Yeah, I'm gonna set it up and I'm just gonna keep it as a cleaning cupboard. Over to utilities and the wiring. We need to connect up the CCTV monitor. This will be at the back here though, and that's gonna connect up to that one. Did it not? Yes, it did. It's just because it was paused. That's all in now. We should make room for prisoners who can't read good. Okay. What's the best? I mean, am I going to have to change that up? No, I don't think so. I think it's just a case of they're not reading. Just double check infirmary, see if anyone's starving to death. Maybe another infirmary to build as well. That might be of some benefit. Might be of some benefit. But I think we are going to leave it there. That's been a bit of Prison Architect. Doesn't feel like a lot of progress, but I do think we have indeed helped ourselves out. Lots of wind solar hybrids in here. 5, so it's 15, 17 wind solar hybrids. We have a death row inmate who's went through death row appeal once. We have the extra visitation, which I think is very welcomed, and another cleaning cupboard. Oh, and before I finish, actually, because I've been forgetting this for a while, the phone taps. And there we go. They can only listen on one call at once. So that's now in. And, yeah, overall, happy. It's kicking off again in there. Sedation level low, so that's going to work out fine. Look how filthy this place is. Even though we've got loads of people cleaning and working. Okay, we're going to leave it there for now. That's been a bit of Prison Architect. Less than... oh, just over a couple of days for finishing the eco-friendly grant. Green energy goals, we are 60% towards green energy goal 5, 40% for green energy goal 6, and yeah, we've got several hours before green energy goal 8, and then finally the other one, green energy goal 9, fully charged batteries. No, there we go. We'll see if we can get that one. So next episode, we'll look at building some more. I think we're going to be getting in this yard. We'll probably clone that over here. And we may look at getting in maybe a bakery. Maybe a bakery around here would be desirable. Yeah, I think we'll look at that. And again, that's going to increase reform, more prisoners to work, etc. Either way, I hope you have enjoyed the episode and the series thus far. Comment in the comments. Thanks very much for watching. Take care and generic partings.